Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Tricia Montgomery, and you are listening to Pets Are Family.
And just like that, we're back.
Right? I didn't see it.
The warning. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, guys, so we get a countdown before the video starts. And so Jessica restarted this. She's like, I don't see a countdown. I'm like, I see the countdown. The final countdown.
Oh, don't sing! YouTube hates when you sing, man.
Everybody hates it when I sing.
Oh, it's good for man. They just do not like when you sing. Give me
Oh my God. That's crazy. How are you? We're celebrating a special day today. It is Gotcha Day for Miss Jessica and Brutus.
Yeah, well, not exactly today, we went 1 year ago. I got Mr. Brute, so it's one interesting. I told him that I was like, should I take you back? No, got me up at 3 o'clock this morning because he had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I was actually sleeping hard too, dead asleep this morning at 3 a.m.
Don't you hate that? That happened to us on Friday. It was Friday night or Saturday night. He just kept getting, like every 2 hours, he had crazy diarrhea. And I felt so bad for him. Every 2 hours, he would, cry and he'd go outside and just his little tummy was hurting.
I have Harry in here. Harry sleeps quietly in here. He's dead asleep over there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He goes from the couch. He's just like my little glue buddy. He just stays with me all the time. I love him. Tell me, Jess, notable changes in the past 4 or 5 months with Brutus. What have you noticed the most? Has there been a calm down?
No. No calm down. I can't say there are any changes except for he's clingier. That's it. I mean, he went from a type 4 Klingon to a type 5. I told a friend of mine that I totally understand now why guys, when I was younger dating, when they're saying that they don't like chicks that are clingy. And I was like, clingy. And now that I got Brutus, I was like, dude, I can't get it now.
Stop needing me so much. Don't need me.
Last night, I did not want Brutus sitting on me. He does make me itch. I'm a little bit allergic to him, and I just was super sensitive last night. And I was hot, and I was like, if I sit down, he has to be on me somehow, some way on me. And I was like, I kept just trying to put him beside me. And I'm like, oh my God, you little Klingon, go away.
Maybe we should contact Zoetis and maybe get you some Apoquil for that, those allergies.
Now I'm already on prescription meds. I've been on. I take them in the morning, I take them at night, and I take them in the middle of the day. I have awful allergy. I'm allergic to spring, green, mold, grass, pollens. I'm allergic to it all.
Oh my gosh. Well, our pets, they're just like us, right? So they're going to get allergies too. So what do you think common allergies are? Well, I mean, just this one's been itching a ton lately. Just like he'll be in the middle, we'll be walking, and he'll sit down and go, scratch everything.
Probably, I mean, the grass, the pollens, a lot of that stuff. They're allergic to a lot of the same stuff we are. You know what I mean? I'm grateful that Brutus is not that allergic to things. I mean, he does. I'm noticing he's scratching more in the face area, but I try to clean that every day with a baby wipe. I clean out his eyes. I clean his face.
I do too.
The other thing too, now I'm cleaning his paws when we come in. Wiping his paws down, wiping his underbelly, making sure that, because they're low riders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anything that he could possibly
That is a great idea, Jess. I didn't even think about that because we're like right now, it's summer. It's summer here and he's outside playing all the time. And then also pool water, right beside the water, a lot of stuff going on there. So
a lot of people don't think about, especially you. I don't have that. I have the non-water baby Frenchie. I mean, he does not like water at all. He does. I gave him a bath this week, and you would have thought I was murdering him. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, no, get me out, Mom. Get me out. I mean, he had like a death grip on my arm. But you have to remember too, is that pool water is chemically treated.
Yeah.
Think about it. It dries us out. And they're in there almost every day. Imagine how bad that dries their skin out. When we have dry skin, what do? We itch the crap out of ourselves. So, I mean, you have to make sure, I'm itching. Like, what am I gonna itch? Yeah. You have to think about it too, because if it makes us itch and dry, it's got to make them itch and dry. So is it allergies or are we drying their skin out from the pool?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, he's in the water about every day. Like this past weekend, he loves the pool. He just gets in it but he knows not to get in unless, I'm present. I told him that and he did agree with me. And I said, hey, if mom's not around, you can't get in the pool. And he looked at me and he's like, okay. And he shook his head. So I'm just going to trust that he understood what I was saying.
I'm not
But yeah,
but okay.
but he'll look like there'll be something in the pool and he'll look in, he'll glance over, and I'm like, oh no, that's a no. And he's like, okay. And he walks away from it. So, but he loves it. He absolutely loves the water, loves everything about it. And I think it's because probably when he was 3, 4 months old, I got one of those baby pools and I filled it up with water. And I think it was like even the weekend before 4th of July last year, he was playing and like running around in circles and just loving the water. It was only like 3 inches deep, but it was just so much fun. And now, anytime there's water, whether it's a bathtub, whether it's a shower, any water, a hose when I'm out there watering, just crazy. He loves it.
I did the same thing. Nope. Bruce was like, nope.
Yeah.
And like if there's a puddle, he'll play with the puddle, but he does not like anything that's more than that, like that deep.
That's
So,
crazy.
so no, I didn't get that lucky. So, but allergies with them, you have to think about it too. If they're in the pool that much, you want to rinse them off, and a lot of people don't think about that either. You might want to up their. I feed Brutus cod oil daily, so that helps with his skin and his itching, and it helps with that. I know we have a chicken bird, the bird fluid that's going around with the chicken still, and it's about that. But when it's safe for a raw egg, does not kill them. It helps with their coats and their skin. You know what I mean?
I give Frank an egg every day. Every day I throw in an egg into his food, and that's his morning routine. He loves it. I mean, he looks forward to it. So, but I won't do raw though. I will lightly cook it with the oil in the pan, and then I'll make sure it's kind of slightly scrambled and then throw it in there for him.
That's the difference between you and I. Again, I do completely raw, but I have been cooking them as of late per Dr. Royal. I follow Dr. Royal.
Barbara Royal, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Barbara Royal. She recommended us start cooking them for a little while. So I've been cooking them because of the bird flu, because it makes sure he doesn't get sick. But no, I've been doing raw. He's been doing raw eggs since he was 4 months old.
Knee high to a grasshopper?
I didn't have him then, but yes, close enough. You know what I mean? It doesn't, they like it. He just stir it up.
But isn't it funny? I mean, we talk the way that we treat our pets and our animals that now, especially now, it's humanization of pets and how many people it is all about the humanization of pets. And whether it's specialized diets, feeding them raw, cleaning them off, wiping their eye boogies off, we're treating them like children. And I think more and more people are doing that post pandemic, right?
I think, sure. I'm going to go with sure. I think the younger.
Thanks for agreeing with me, by the way.
Sure. But I think it has to do with that and a little bit more. Like our generation, we're older. So our kids are out the door.
Stop it with the older. We are not older.
I didn't say we were old. I just said we are the older generation. On the pecking order, we are up there on this side versus this side. I went the oldest.
I went the backside of 40, backside of 50.
I just said the older generation. Our kids are out the door. Well, not all of them, but yeah, we're working on getting them out the door. But out the door, so we're getting our pets and we're treating them like kids again. And then the younger generations, you know what I mean, are millennials and down. They're choosing not to have children, and their pets are their children. So it's just a little different, you know what I mean? It's some of the trends that you see, and I'm just like, they don't want kids.
They don't at all. No. It's interesting. Somebody said to me, I had taken Frank with me, and they're like, I never saw you with Gabrielle or Jonathan, but I can see you as a mom. And I go, helicopter? And they're like, yes. I was a helicopter mom. I will admit that openly. Helicopter mom all the way.
Oh, I can see it. Trust me. Well, I can see it.
The Dr. Mom.
I would
I
do
was
that.
totally.
And honestly, I would beat the mom that would beat the shit out of you. Yeah, you know it, true. I'd be that quiet mom that would just come up and tap you and toosh, right? You know I would be that mom.
I think that it was because, and I will say this because I couldn't have children, and so then obvious stuff, all this stuff, and then when I finally got Gabrielle, I would wait outside her crib, and at nighttime, and I would go in at nighttime, and I'd kind of shake her to make sure she was. Because I was afraid she was just going to disappear in the middle of the night. And I think that it's just our past, our history, the things that we are part of our makeup. And I think that's what makes us us. But I always thought that she was just going to disappear in the middle of the night. And similarly, I check in on him in the middle of the night. I'm like, is he still breathing? Are you okay?
Nope. We're practically sure,
I remember getting him for the very first overnight, and then I'm like, I can't do this. I think at the very start of it, I took Frank bad, and he slept with me. And I think it was like 7.5 weeks old, but he did an imprint, and the whole night I just laid there. And I'm like, I'm afraid I'm going to roll on him. I'm afraid I'm going to squish him. And he had just like glued to the inside of my side. But yeah, I think that's why they do put an imprint. I firmly believe that. Kind of like Twilight and, the vampires.
You're Team Jacob there. That's what it is.
Team Jacob. Team Jacob all the way.
And then I need Sparkle. Jacob.
I love the Twilight series, by the way. I think when I was on the plane for going to Animal Care Expo, I watched Twilight because I love that. There's just movies you can watch over and over and over again.
Team Edward, Team Jacob. Did not see us going down that path today. Did not. But okay. Oh my gosh.
Our conversations and all has to do with wolves, animals. There you go, the imprint. But he did. He placed an imprint on me, and I firmly believe that. So that's why we're so close now.
I don't know what to say to that. But you let him sleep with you early on. I did not. He did not. Bertus did not sleep with me until he was 11 months.
Yeah. So he slept with me early on, but now he doesn't sleep with me. So he does sometimes, but not all the time. He loves his little crate. At nighttime, I'll say, night, and he'll just trot on in and just like go right to sleep, or even he'll put himself to bed ahead of time.
Bertus likes to be with me. Wherever I am, he wants to be there, but he can sleep in his crate. He's quite capable. We made sure he was crate trained. You know what I mean?
Say that 3 times fast, please.
Not one.
Crate. Was it crate? He's a little crate.
Yeah, so no.
But Jessica, you made a point. So one of the, there's all these trends coming out that they come out with trends at the very first of the year. And they're like, this is the newest trends or what's going to be notable in 2025. You feed raw and freeze dried food. They're really, people are really, that's up there in that. And the popularity of feeding raw is gaining, so much. It's not a trend. It's very popular right now. What made you feed raw food?
I started with Teddy. When I got Teddy, I fed raw. Teddy had wicked allergies. He had really, really bad allergies. And Teddy was that dog that spring and fall. In the fall, he was allergic to, I don't know what it is. Him and I both have really bad fall allergies. My fall allergies are off the chart. But he would lose clumps of fur. That's how bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had really bad fall allergies. And I did not want to put him on Apoquil because once you go on it, you really can't come off of it.
Well, if I can jump in here, I firmly believe, so Zeus, my red-nosed pit bull, was on Apoquil for about 6 years. He had just had horrible allergies, red and white red-nosed pit bull. And I think that's what caused Cushing's. I really do.
Yeah, I don't want to accuse
I don't know. I don't either, but I think that there are studies that show that there is kind of a correlation with Cushing's disease. And I'm not a veterinarian, but, and I don't play one on TV. Well,
yeah, you try to. So
I try to sometimes, but no.
You play one here.
I
So
do.
no, it just the research that I did said that change, get away from chicken, da 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 da. And so I switched to raw to see how he would do on that. And after about 2 months of him being on raw, he stopped itching and his fur came back in better. And he was 2 years old. I got him at 18 months. So by 2 years old, he was fine. I mean, he itched here and there just a little bit, hence still my back itches. Thank you, because we keep talking about it. But I never had to put him on allergy medicine ever. Yeah, I don't have that big of a back. I never had to put him on allergy medicine, and he stayed on raw the rest of his life. And so I'm a firm believer on it. He absorbed more food. His food were good. His weight always stayed roughly the same. He never really gained anything or lost anything. It was just it better for his track system, things like that. I mean, people are gonna fight it left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's raw. I mean, right now it's raw, freeze-dried, and then all these fresh foods like the farmer's dog. You got nom nom. You've got all of these different ones. And I just saw something.
You and I look at raw very differently. To me,
We do no, but that's fresh. That's not fresh. That's not raw. That's fresh, right?
Yeah.
Hello Fresh, the food company for humans, and I've done some of their meals before, just introduced Pet Fresh. So now HelloFresh just got on the bandwagon to do fresh food for dogs.
Well,
The recipes look very, very similar to the farmer's dog or other brands. It just seems like everybody's getting on that trip because, again, why not?
Well, people are buying it. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the difference, though. It's because they're marketing themselves as, one thing when they're really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the fresh company.
Yeah, I feed raw, literally.
And that's not fresh food. Fresh food is not raw.
no,
Totally different. Right.
no. It's a raw piece of meat. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
patty. But then he gets veggies with it. Like yesterday, he got cucumbers, he got cherry tomatoes, he got bananas, strawberries, blueberries. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Right.
I would eat. I just did it my way. I love that.
Yeah, so
That's good though.
he gets a well-balanced meal. So, but he's also smaller and he's thin, very lean.
That's what this one is. He's like 27.4 pounds right now. I can see, beautiful, that not the three rib rule, but you can see the outline. I think Association of Pet Obesity Prevention really does a beautiful capture of what, if you look down upon your dog, what you should look and how their form should look. So we showcase that. I'd like to talk, I think talking about nutrition, I took that pet certification nutrition from North American Vet Conference in ABC, and it was taught like Kara Burns, who's like an expert in nutrition, and all these wonderful veterinarians who specialize in pet nutrition. It's a phenomenal course, and it was hard. It was very hard because, it was hard because you have to do equations and you think about all the different foods that you've got and what's good, what's not. They addressed DMC, the heart disease that can, the FDA said, well, can grain-free food cause this? And the FDA came out and said, no, there's no causal correlation or no correlation, but they're going to keep their eye on it. I think I think just trends and things like that, what they cause. But it was fascinating. And I love talking about pet food and understanding the differences between them and what are people feeding, why, and the reasoning for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. So that makes sense. I'm big on dog food or big on, we're just big on
Talk
dog.
about
Yeah,
We are. So Jess, we have something really cool coming up here, and we're gonna tease it now. We're gonna be doing something in cooperation with the Association for Pet Loss and Bereavement. Jessica works with them, and I'm on the executive board. We're gonna be having a beautiful webinar on the weight they carry, and this is a film. And it was done by a beautiful girl by the name of Grace Galetti. And she was at UC Berkeley and their film school there. And she took time during the pandemic and she followed the veterinarian, Dr. Kathy Gervais, who was working for San Francisco SPCA at the time. And she did a documentary on what's happening in the veterinary profession related to depression, suicide, and really that mental health and mental wellness and understanding more about the struggles that they go through. So we'll have more information. I think we're going to do some special episodes with Dr. Kathy Gervais and Dr. Katie Lawler, who is a beautiful, the pet loss doctor, and Grace as well. I think we're going to do some special episodes, but we're going to be hosting that June the 19th at 7 p.m. and June the 21st at 5 p.m. And they're going to be about 90-minute seminars that we're going to be doing because there's going to be Q&A afterwards, but it's on the weight they carry. And you guys will know more. We're going to invite you to that. It is free of charge for everybody. If you're a veterinarian, a veterinary technician, you do receive race credits with it too. But Jessica's going to be, being part of it too from the pet parent side of it. I'm going to be doing the moderating, but really excited about that. And yeah, just teasing that right now, but be 2 months. I think not 2 months. I don't even know when we're going to even air this, but again, June the 19th and June the 21st.
Saturday, something or another.
Oh my gosh, time is flying. Time is just going by the wayside here. I have no idea what's going on. So
it's almost summer. It's almost summer here. I get to put garden in soon.
I can't garden. Everything I touch dies. I mean, give me silk flowers or something like that because it's just not good. Not good for me or the plants.
Oh, super excited.
Okay, Miss Jessica. It was as lovely talking to you.
You too. And we will be back next week and we'll be talking about something then. We'll see what it is. And we'll have information about the weight you carry in the next week or so. So stay tuned, keep coming back, and we'll have it, and we'll go from there. So,
absolutely.
All right, Tricia, you have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Pets Are Family. You can find us on all the channels now. Yes, all of the channels now. So make sure you share us with your friends, your families, and your coworkers, and anybody that has a pet. Make sure you like us, give us your feedback, tell us if anything that you want us to talk about, all that fun stuff. You can reach me at Jessica at petsourfamily.net or Tricia at petsourfamily.net. Thank you for everything that you guys do, but make sure you like us, subscribe, check us out on YouTube. You can always see what we're up to. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, all of the people that support us. We love every one of you, and we can't thank you enough. And remember, check out Moose's March, moosesmarch.com, moosesmarch.com. Come check us out. Talk to you guys soon. We'll see you next week. Bye.